Hello, welcome to Algebra Notes, Smaltz Algebra Notes 2.3, page 96. 2.3, page 96. Now, we've had two sections of notes already. The first section, you either added or subtracted something from both sides to solve it. The second set of notes, you either multiplied or divided both sides by something to solve the equation. Those two sections of notes, those problems are considered one-step problems. Either you added, or you subtracted, or you multiplied, or you divided. You just did one thing, one step. Today we're going to change that. These take two steps. If you look at this problem, number one, 4a plus 3 is 11. In other words, 4 times some number plus 3 gives you an answer of 11. So you should see two things. Well, you have a plus sign in the middle, but also right there between the 4 and the A is a times. You have a plus and you have a times. You must work with the plus first. So how do I get rid of a plus 3? And you should know that you subtract 3. Well, if I subtract 3 from one side, I subtract 3 from the other side. Of course, we're used to xing the opposites out. I can bring down my 4 times a, and that would equal 11 minus 3 is 8. I'm not done yet. That's just one step. There's two steps involved. The second thing is, how do I get rid of the 4? It's a times 4, and the opposite is to divide by 4. Therefore, I must divide the 8 by 4 as well. And we're used to marking those out. So I'm left with a, and my answer, 8 divided by 4, is 2. The answer is 2. Look at the next problem, number 2. 8 equals 3r minus 1. Let's flip that around. Let's put the 3r minus 1 first, then the 8. What you want to do here is concentrate on the minus 1. You're subtracting 1, so you want to do the opposite, which means add 1 to both sides. Mark out your opposites. Bring down the 3r. Equals 8 plus 1 makes 9. That's your first step. Your next step is to get rid of the 3. So you would divide by 3. Divide by 3 on both sides. You can mark out your 3's. And r is my answer. 9 divided by 3 is 3. There's my answer. Number 2, r is 3. Let's look at number 3. 42 equals negative 2d, or times d, plus 6. Let's turn that around like we've been doing. Negative 2d plus 6 is 42. Well, I want to start off now by subtracting 6. Do the opposite. I can bring down my negative 2d. Equals 42 minus 6. That would be 36. There's my first step. My second step would be to divide not by 2, but by negative 2. That way you can mark out your negative 2's. D equals, and think, what's 36 divided by negative 2? And that answer would be negative 18. Let's go to number 6. 4, 5, 6. Right there it is. 9 minus c equals negative 13. Watch your negative on this problem. If you have a 9 out front, technically that's understood to be a positive 9. So to get rid of it, we want to subtract 9. from both sides. That way these are my opposites and I can mark those out. But I don't just bring down the C. Notice this minus sign in front. It's a negative C. You have to bring the negative down with it. You must watch that negative. And then over here, what's negative 13 minus 9? That'd be negative 22. That's not my answer. I'm not quite done. Understood, you must divide by negative 1 to get rid of that negative. So C would equal not negative 22, but a positive 22 when you divide by that negative. Let's take a look at the next one, number 7. X divided by 6 plus 4 is 15. In other words, there's a number out there. When we divide it by 6 and then add 4 onto it, we get an answer of 15. Well, no different. You're looking at the plus 4 first. Want to do that part first. Oops. I wrote a plus sign. I'll erase it because I should have written a minus sign. I start off by subtracting 4. Mark out my opposites. I bring down my x divided by 6 equals 15 minus 4 is 11. Now what do you do next? It says divide by 6, x divided by 6. The opposite is to multiply by 6. I'll show the work like this. Times each side, multiply each side by 6. That allows me to mark out those 6's, and my answer would be the 11 times 6, which is 66. That's number 7. Looks like we're jumping to number 13. I'll skip ahead here for you. 28 equals 8x plus 12 minus 7x. You remember from pre-algebra, collect like terms, also called combine like terms. And you see over here, I'll underline them. 8x and 7x are like terms. So I can subtract them. 8 minus 7 is 1. So I could write this 28 equals 1x plus 12. Combine like terms. But really, I want to put the 1x over here. Flip it around. Then solve that by just subtracting 12. My 1x could come down, but I don't really need that 1x on there. That 1, I'm sorry. You don't need the 1. Your answer then would be the 28 minus 12. That is 16. Your answer is 16 there on problem 13. One more problem for your notes. Number 20. We'll jump ahead. All right. This seems a lot more difficult than it really is. I didn't write the whole problem from the book. I abbreviated here. But number 20 says, if 3x minus 13 is 8, find the value, or find what x minus 4 would equal. Do the equation first. Do the equation. We're going to add 13 here. That gives me 3x equals 8 plus 13 is 21. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So my 3's mark out. So x is 7. So I've just solved the equation. 21 divided by 3 is 7. I get an answer of 7 for the equation, but that's not my final answer. Here's what I do. I take this answer 7 and I plug it in right there in place of the x. So instead of x minus 4, I want to know the answer 7 minus 4. Now you should know that 7 minus 4 is 3. So the answer to number 20 is the 3. All right, that should get you started. Good luck. Thanks for watching.